we had a lot of big games in the arena before, but the first one as a WNBA player, just how exciting is it for you to get to WNBA on the floor and WNBA jersey on?
Yeah, it's super cool. And obviously, I was just here. My last ever Big Ten game I played here. So, and it was my first ever WNBA game as a kid. So, like, this arena is like pretty cool and pretty special to myself. And it's just exciting and fun to come back. And I know a lot of like Iowa fans, like, this is a fun place for them to come to. And obviously supported me throughout Iowa, but I expect there to be quite a bit of fans that are able to come from Iowa today. So, but for myself, it's definitely cool to travel around to all these arenas for my first time. And I think this one was definitely up there on my list of ones that I was excited about playing in.
One more game on the schedule here in August, and on that night they'll retire Maya Moore's number. You talked about how much Maya has meant to you just as a hero, a mentor, whatever. How exciting would that be for you to have a role to play on that night now?
Yeah, I was super excited when I saw that was the game they were going to do it at. And like, she deserves it. I know the fans will be absolutely incredible. And if you would have told me that, like, as a young kid, I would be playing in the game that her jersey gets retired at, like, it's very, like, kind of full circle for me too. Like, she was my favorite player ever growing up, and that was who, like, I loved watching. And, you know, I still like think of her as like, she's like my, like, LeBron James as a kid. So to just be in the building that night and say I got to play in that game is super cool.
Do you remember watching her win that game against Indiana in game?
Lynn Dunn's not gonna be happy if I answer that question. Oh gosh, I was still pretty young. I want to say I was in, like, I don't know, I might have been like 12 maybe at the time. 11-ish. I want to say it was like 5th grade. So however old you are then, I don't know how that all works. But yeah, it was my first ever WNBA game. And like, honestly, my dad, like, I remember being at the hotel and I was swimming in the pool, and my dad like called the ticket office to like get tickets to the game, because we drove up here and didn't have any. And the guy that was working at the ticket office was like, yeah, like, does she want to come and watch shoot around and like, or work court times where like players are working out before the game. And I remember I got to sit courtside and watch all of that. So whoever that guy was, like, you're a hero, you're heaven sent in my life. I don't know if you still, I don't even know who you are. I don't know if you still work for the Lynx and the Wolves, but I remember like Lindsay Whalen came over, Simone Augustus came over. I remember meeting them very vividly. So like, obviously a very, you know, special memory in my entire basketball career.
First WNBA season?
I think just, you know, growing game to game has been the thing that I've just tried to remind myself of. I think where I started the season at and where I'm at now is like, there's obviously been huge strides for myself, and that's really exciting. And I feel like I'm starting to get even more comfortable and playing with really good pace. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's so many more areas for me to improve, and that's what gets me excited about it. That's what, you know, I'm excited, obviously for these last 2 games, but then to get into break and work on some things that I want to work on. And then our group collectively to be able to work together and have some time in the gym and really get better, I think is what I'm most excited about.
Previous question, you mentioned just how impactful that memory was for you, and now you making sort of those memories for little girls that travel distances to come to your games. What does that mean to you? Kind of a full circle moment as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's not something that ever gets old for me. Like, to see all these young kids, it's like, how many there are this many young girls who really like me in the world. Like, that's what I would think about. I'm like, wow, there's just so many of them. But like, these are moments that people spend a lot of time and money and effort to make special, whether it's their kids, whether it's friends or whoever they're coming to the game with, that these kids or even adults or boys or girls are going to cherish for forever. And for me to be a small part of that and just getting to do what I love, that's all I have to do to, you know, maybe change their life or give them a memory that will inspire them for the rest of theirs is pretty easy for me. So I feel very fortunate.
You made multiple trips up here for games with your dad, right?
I think we came to a couple. Yeah, the first one I ever came to, I remember, was Lynx Storm. So that was a pretty good one to come to. Yeah, Suber, Lauren Jackson, yeah, all of them. So yeah. I think, honestly, with the way I got trapped, especially early in the season, offensively, I think just getting better, me and AB together working out of that. I think you can tell, like, the more we've played together, the better we've gotten in pick and roll situations. And I think defensively, schematically it's a lot different than college. So just being able to learn and adjust, like it's just much different than anything I've ever done in college. So like I'm trying to break habits every single day, and it takes time to break habits, and just learning and understanding the things that we want to do, and going back and watching film of not only the things I need to improve on, but also the things I did good. So I can see like how I'm improving is kind of been my focus.